Hansel and Gretel. Once upon a time in a quaint village, there lived a poor woodcutter and his two children, Hansel and Gretel. The woodcutter's wife had passed away, leaving them with nothing but their love for each other. Despite their hardship, the family remained kind and compassionate. One year, a dreadful famine struck the land, and the villagers were struggling to find enough food to survive. The woodcutter, unable to provide for his children, decided to take them deep into the forest and leave them there, hoping they would find their way and have a better chance at survival. Hansel, being the older of the two, overheard his father's plan and devised a clever trick. He filled his pockets with small white pebbles from the courtyard and secretly dropped them along the path as they ventured into the dense woods. This way, he thought, they would be able to trace their way back home. As the moon climbed high into the sky, the children realized that their father had indeed left them alone in the heart of the forest. Scared and hungry, they followed the pebble trail and eventually reached their home. The woodcutter, surprised to see them back, hugged them tightly, overcome with guilt. He promised to find another way to support them during the difficult times. However, the famine worsened and the woodcutter's heart grew heavy once more. He could not bear to see his children suffer and decided to give them another chance in the woods, hoping this time they would find their way to safety. This time, Hansel couldn't collect pebbles, but he had a different plan. He filled his pockets with breadcrumbs and, once again, they were led deep into the forest. But as the night fell and the full moon shone, they found themselves lost. The animals of the forest had devoured the breadcrumbs, leaving them without a path back home. Lost and afraid, Hansel and Gretel stumbled upon a peculiar cottage made entirely of candy and sweets. Their hunger got the better of them, and they couldn't resist taking a bite of the roof. Just then, the door creaked open, revealing an old woman with a kindly smile. She introduced herself as Mrs. Gretelhouse, the witch. Unbeknownst to the children, Mrs. Gretelhouse was a wicked witch who lured lost children to her cottage to fatten them up and eventually devour them. She invited the children inside, offering them a lavish feast and comfortable beds. Hansel, though young, was smart and quickly realized the witch's true intentions. He pretended to be naive and asked the witch how to open the oven, as he wanted to know if it was large enough for him to fit inside. The witch, unaware of his scheme, showed him how to open the oven door. Little did she know that Hansel was planning to turn the tables on her. The next morning, as the witch prepared to cook Hansel, he pleaded to her to demonstrate how the oven worked once more. Cunningly, Hansel pushed the wicked witch inside the oven, and she met her justly fate. With the wicked witch gone, the candy cottage transformed into a charming house. The siblings found a treasure trove of jewels and riches, which they collected to bring back to their father. Filled with joy, they followed a different path through the forest and soon reached their village. The woodcutter was overjoyed to see his children return and listened with awe as they told him about their adventure. The family's newfound wealth not only helped them, but also assisted the entire village in overcoming the famine. From that day forward, Hansel and Gretel lived happily, and the tale of their bravery and ingenuity spread far and wide, making them legendary heroes in their village and beyond.